Hi guys, it's Crystal with Design Bundles. Today I'm going to show you guys how to sublimate patches to put on hats using your mini Cricut Easy Press. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so let's first go over some supplies that you're going to need to make this project. Number one, you're going to need a hat of some sort. You're going to want a sublimated printed design. You're going to want a scrap piece of glitter HTV. Your little mini Easy Press mat. Today I'm using my little mini Easy Press. You could definitely use a hat press if you have one. And then some scrap towels. You can use new ones, whatever you want to. This is just going to help us put it inside the hat. So when we go to press, we have something to push against. And you can also definitely use your mat if you wanted to. So you can put your mat behind there as well. So that's another option. You're going to need either some scrap pieces of cardstock, copy paper, or some of these. These right here are actually like baking sheets that you can get right there on Amazon. You could probably pick some of this stuff up at your store, like parchment paper and things like that. So you just want some that's going to protect your mat whenever we do sublimating, as well as our little mini iron. So today I'm using the little mini Cricut Easy Press, and I have it on number 3, so we're just waiting for it to heat up. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Number one, we need to sublimate this design onto our piece of glitter HTV. Now, if you're wanting to create a patch that's a circle or, a square or rectangle of some sort, definitely keep in mind how big this is so that way you can cut out a circle. You could use your Cricut Silhouette, all of those things, to cut that out as well. So we're going to fussy cut around this today, but you can definitely load it into your Cricut and have your Cricut do that as well. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and peel off the plastic. So don't forget this step. You want to peel off that transfer sheet right here. And then that just leaves us with our piece of glitter HTV. Now, this is a non-stick baking sheet. If you do not have these, you definitely want to use like a Teflon sheet. Do not press this directly onto cardstock or paper because it's going to stick to it. So you want to make sure it's a non-stick coating. All right, so we're going to put that down. And then I'm going to go ahead and take my sublimated design and we're going to put it face down onto our glitter HTV. And then you want to get a couple pieces of heat resistant tape. So I'm going to go ahead and get one on each side here. This is just going to help hold it in place while we press. All right, so what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to double up this piece here. I'm going to double this up just to protect my surface, just like that. And then I'm going to go ahead and fold this one in half, just like so. So I have the glitter HTV, the sublimated image face down, and then we're going to go ahead and put this piece on top. So this is ready to go, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to rub across. Now I'm not going to completely stay still with this little mini iron because it's not big enough to go across the complete thing. But I want to do this very carefully because I don't want anything to move because I don't want any ghosting. All right, once it's been 60 seconds, we're going to very carefully remove this, and we're going to go ahead and peel up our piece of paper. So we're ready to go. So I'm going to go ahead and peel this off. So as you can see, this is non-stick. So you may want to let it cool down just a little bit before you do this. But I'm going to bring this up so you guys can see. How cute is that? So I'm trying to be careful because this is still a little bit warm. Very cute. Hopefully you guys can pick up those colors and it's nice and sparkly. So at this point, I'm just going to go ahead and fussy cut around here, leaving a nice little small border all the way around. Another thing is you definitely could leave this as a patch. So maybe we want to do it as a patched, and we might do that today. So let me try to trim around a little bit and see how close I can get it. We may actually just do it as a patch. All right, so something about like that. Now, if you want absolutely perfect lines. I highly recommend you use like a rotary mat and a knife blade or a rotary blade to cut around and a ruler to really get those precise. And then after that, we have that nice patch to go on there just like that. So we can definitely do that as well. And we'll go ahead and do that today. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and scoot everything out of the way. All right, so the next thing you want to do is take your carrier sheet and just place it right back on top like so. And it may not stick 100% on there, and that's okay. So this is just going to protect it while we press this back on the hat, just like this. So now what we need to do is press this for about 15 to 20 seconds onto the hat. So I'm going to go ahead and take those towels. So you just want to take some little towels like this. And if you roll them right up, I'm actually going to flip this around so you guys can see. So what I'm doing is I'm taking my hat here and I'm just going to pop it inside. So this is what's going to protect your hand. So please keep in mind that this is super hot. This is not a craft for a kid. I definitely would recommend an adult doing it, and please take caution. So definitely do this at your own risk. So what you're doing is you're just getting your towel, you're going to get your hand inside, and you're going to press that on there. Once again, we can take our mat just to give it a little bit of extra protection in between our hand and the hat. So we've got the towels in there, we've got our mat in there. So I'm just making sure this is nice and round. So I'm keeping that structure just like so. We're going to take our piece like this and we're going to tape it down. So I'm going to go ahead and put this down, and that way I can tape it. All right, so just kind of get it as even as possible. Once again, we're just going to get that right back in there, kind of creating that curve. I'm going to get this one right behind, and that way I can give it a nice firm push while I'm doing this. So the way that I'm going to do this, I'm going to take my little heat press here, and I'm giving it pressure. So I'm giving it a nice, I'm pushing against it, and I'm just kind of rubbing all over. So I'll kind of work on one side, and then I'll move to the next, because that plastic is going to want to shift. That tape will have a hard time holding on, so it's just a temporary situation. So you're just going to kind of keep rubbing. Right. Just like that. How cute is that? And it's that easy. So now it's on the hat. So I've created a sublimation patch to put on caps. Once again, you could definitely, fussy cut all the way around this. Use your die cutting machine to cut around those, and you can just do the images and not like a patch. But if you want a circle patch, a square, a rectangle, that's how you would do it, like so. Look how cute that is. Now the possibilities are endless when you're making caps like this and creating your own patches. There's a ton of designs over there on Design Bundles. We'll link a few down below so you guys can see. So you could do like a baseball mom, all sorts of stuff. So have fun with it. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, please hit the like button down below and subscribe. And I'll see you guys on the next one.